Yo, what's going on, man? Today is November the 17th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter. I'm also live on YouTube as well. Do me a favor, man. Hit the like button for me as you come in. It's a lot of people joining the channel every single day. I appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate everybody for kind of tuning in, contributing, whether you're listening. You hit the like button for me, you subscribe to the channel. Whatever the case might be, man, let's make some money today. That's what we all gathered here for. We got a beautiful non-NBA game slate today. In-season tournament game slate today as well. I got a bunch of notes. I handicapped these games last night and got some looks that I really am excited to share with you guys about. So, let's get into it, man. Real quick, I want to so I always do a recap. Yesterday, I did go 0-1. Lost 1.1 units yesterday. So let me write that up real quick because I do like to be transparent. I'm not hiding from the wins. I'm definitely not hiding from the wins. I'm not hiding from the losses either. So 0-1 day yesterday. I was on the full game under, even though I talked about the Golden State team total, probably a pivot towards the team total under for Golden State. Golden State didn't score 112.5 points. So probably should have gave it out as official play, but it's all good, man. It's all good. We'll get it back today. First negative day we've had all week. And I want to say just like the third negative day we've had this season so far. So hopefully we can trend in the right direction, get that back, and plus some more today. So like I said, hit the like button for me if you can. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Like I said, I know it's not a lot of new people. And turn the notification bell on as well. I may do a show tomorrow. That's why it's important to turn the notification bell on. So let's jump into it, man. Beautiful slate. David says, Chris got us waiting like we got to church late. Happy Friday to you as well, David. Prolific says, what up, Chris? So haven't been here. Been sitting in church. Okay. David says, smash the like button for me. That definitely helps. Appreciate you for shouting that out, David. Shout out to Justin, always in the chat. Daniel, always here pulling up. Iffer, appreciate you being here as well. That's not my God. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. So, and shout out to S-Dot. He was right about his Heat yesterday. So I hope everyone tailed his picks. He liked the Heat yesterday. He liked Duncan Robinson, and he liked Spencer Dinwiddie, and they all cashed it today. So shout out to S-Dot as well for pulling up. All right, let's jump into this late. We got a lot of games. I'm going to give you guys my notes and let you guys know what I played, and we just going to rock like that. That's how we're going to do it. So if you guys see injury implications, definitely let me know. There are still a few that's kind of hanging around that we do need the information on before we can make, real good bets, in my opinion. So let me know if you guys see any injury implications. I'm going to check it real quick. I see Al Horford available to play 24 minutes ago. Porzingis is in. Jaylen Brown is in as well. Pretty sure that total is probably matriculating up, if I had to guess. But we're going to get there. We're going to talk about that game. I like that game a lot. It's actually going up to 225. Marvin Bagley is available to play. Glad I waited on that news. Steph, that's tomorrow. This is questionable. Trey Jones is out tonight for the Spurs. Otto Porter is also ruled out for personal reasons tonight. Drew Eubanks is in. Giannis is now listed as probable. And Bradley Beal will miss the next 3 weeks with that back issue that he has. All right, so let's jump into it. First game up, we got the Bucks. We got the Hornets. The Bucks are 9-point favorites now. This line opened at, I want to say 7.7.5, and you see the line kind of move in favor of the Bucks on the road. We know that the Bucks aren't necessarily the strongest road team strongest team in general against the spread. I think there's something like 2-8-1 against the spread. Giannis is probable now. Brandon Miller was listed as questionable last time I checked. Gordon Hayward as well. Rozier is out. They do get Miles Bridges back today, so it's going to be interesting to see, how Coach Clifford manages his minutes. I'm not 100% sure what that's going to look like. Both of these teams are on the front end of a back-to-back. The Bucks play tomorrow. They play the Dallas Mavericks at home, and then the Hornets, they got the Knicks tomorrow. They got the Knicks on the second leg of a back-to-back, and they'll be at home. The Knicks will be traveling from D.C. to Charlotte. So this game is interesting. We know that the Bucks defense has not typically been great so far. That automatically makes me kind of lean towards the over for the first half. Like, I think both of these teams put up points. The Bucks their defense has picked up over the last couple games, but it's still not great in my estimation. Whenever you got Damian Lillard and Malcolm Brogdon back there, it's not going to be too great. The problem is, can Charlotte score enough points? And that's why it's just a lean to me. I do lean the first half over. Both of these teams are top 10 offensively in the last 5 games. And then neither one of these teams are top 10 defensively. Player prop wise, I think you got to take a look at LaMelo in this spot. Points prop 25.5 on a points bet, -110, so not too much juice. LaMelo has been crushing this line. I want to say he's like 4 for 5 in his last 5 games. And he really just got to carry the offense because they don't have a lot of guys that can go out there and kind of fill it up. He gets a backcourt that he should absolutely eat against when you got Damian Lillard and you got, Malik Beasley. So if LaMelo was to go over this points prop, it really wouldn't surprise me a lot tonight. I didn't quite get there, but he is on my short list. Those are my thoughts on that game. I'm going to go to the comment section. I'm going to go through these quick because I know exactly what I'm going to say with each game. So my breakdown is going to be long. If I got official play, I'll make sure I share it. What's up to my guy, Thuggy D in the chat? He says, Chris Cash, salute, champ. Right back at you, my brother. What's up to LJ in the chat from H-Town? He says, Cash and Fridays. Chris, let's cash. Absolutely. That's what we're here to do. Thuggy D reminding everyone to hit the like button for me and subscribe. I appreciate you shouting that out, Thuggy D. Appreciate you being here as well. Happy Friday to you, my brother. Tariq says, what's good, Chris? Happy Friday. Not a bad, I think it's supposed to be day for me, but Joe Burrow owes some money. Let's get it today. Yes, yeah, man. Sad news for Joe. He's done for the season. I gave out one NFL play yesterday. It was Gus Edwards to go over his rush attempts at 10.5. He finished with 13. So shout out to everybody who tell there. I was also on Burrow to go over his pass attempts. He was on his way there at 37.5. But of course got hurt in the first half, so I didn't get to that number. So yeah, he owed me some money too next year sometime. What's up to my guy Sean? He says, happy Friday. Hit the like button for me and let's make some money. I'm with that, Sean. Appreciate the message, and I'm right there with you as well. Coop says, if Ruby Rose is courtside for the Wizards, you know what to do with Poole. Yeah, you take his shot attempt over. I'm not touching Poole, against this Knicks defense. The Knicks are one of the better defensive teams in the league. But if you got prize picks, then Jordan Poole probably going to be jacking for sure. All right, the Rose bet over points is nice. All right, we're gonna get there. That's not. Money said, boy, Spencer Dinwiddie was a dud last night. Yeah, you never. I said it was a sell high spot for Spencer Dinwiddie. Can't trust him in back-to-back games. Glow Boy says, let's get some cash. I appreciate you being here, Glow Boy, one of my members. Justin says, Joe Burrow definitely owe me some bread next year. Yeah, I'm with y'all there. All right, so let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. Next game up we have on the board is the Knicks and the Wizards. DC game tonight. Injury report. We got Quentin Grimes listed as questionable. Not sure. I didn't see the news whether he's going to be in or out. And then RJ Barrett been suffering with some migraines. He's missed the last 2 games for this New York Knicks team, and they've done pretty well without him. This is the 4th game in 6 nights for the New York Knicks. It's also the first leg of a back-to-back. So tomorrow would not be a good spot for the Knicks because it will be a 5th game at 8 and 7. 5th game in 8 nights, I want to say. So maybe I did write that down. I don't think you can play. You can play 5 and 7. Yes, but tomorrow will be a 5th game in 7 nights for the Knicks. They play in Charlotte tomorrow, so not a really good spot for them tomorrow. Should be a spot where they typically run out of gas. But 4th and 6th tonight, first leg of the back-to-back. On the opposite side, the Wizards also in the 4th game in 6 nights as well. The spread this one actually opened in favor of the Knicks at 6.5. It's up to 7. The total not really moving a lot, 227.5, pretty much across the board. I like the Knicks in this spot. I didn't lay the number, but I was looking at the Knicks last season when they were road favorites in conference games. And this is something I haven't done a lot this season, but and really just for time purposes, like I haven't really pulled up a lot of killer sports and kind of shared my screen. But if I can get this to come up pretty quickly, I will show you guys the trend I was looking at for this game specifically. Let me see if I can get it up real quick. If it takes me longer than another 10 to 12 seconds, I'm going to say nah, but let's see if I can get it up. Pause. Let's see if I can pull this trend up real quick. If it bears with me, let's see. Yeah, I got it up. I got the trend up. So let's see if I can share my screen real quick. Then share. Give me the dog. Share that. Yeah, you guys can see that. Let me zoom in real quick just to make it a little bit better. Everybody's watching on YouTube. So look, so this is the Knicks last season, since the start of the last season, 2000 road favorites in conference game. They typically take them pretty serious. They're 9-1 straight up, 9-1 against the number as well. 6-3 to the under, 6-3-1 to the under. They're averaging 119 points in that spot. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can zoom out just a bit. But yeah, I like this right here in this corner. So I like the Knicks in this spot. I like the Knicks a lot. I played their team total to go over is the way I played it. Knicks team total over. I think I got one. Let me just check and make sure I got the number for you guys. The Knickerbockers, 116.5 is the number that I got for the Knicks. I got that this morning at minus 120 on BetMGM. I think it's up to 117.5. I think the Knicks score. You go through and just look at the Knicks, the teams that they played so far this season. Every team that the Knicks have played so far this season, if they're a bottom 10 defensive team, the Knicks have been able to get whatever it is that they want against the team. It's one of the reasons why I backed the Knicks the other day against the Atlanta Hawks, is because I knew that the Atlanta Hawks wouldn't be able to outscore the Knicks in that spot. So we know that the Wizards defense has absolutely been trashed, and I do expect the Knicks to be able to score in this game. If RJ Barrett comes back, that's going to help this a lot, and that number probably trickles upward. So last couple games, they scored 116 against Atlanta, which is Atlanta defense is better than the Wizards defense. They scored 129 against Charlotte. They scored 126 against San Antonio, and they scored. Yeah, those are the last couple games. So I think the Wizards play with pace, and I think that's the only way they're going to be able to stay in the game. So give me the Knicks team total over 116.5. If y'all hear that noise in the background, I do got contractor outside. So don't try not to pay too much attention to that. We're just going to keep working through. We shouldn't be there for too long. All right, let's keep going. Oh, so same game. I do like Mitchell Robinson over his rebounds. Line opened at 10.5 last night. It was juiced at minus 135 on DraftKings. I played the 11.5 when it went up. I think Mitchell Robinson dominates the boards. As long as I don't foresee him getting in foul trouble. And I think that, it's just, if you know, like Mitchell Robinson, probably the best rebounder in the league outside of Giannis, and not Giannis, outside of Jokic. And the Knicks, the Wizards are not a paint protecting team. So Mitchell Robinson should be able to get offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. The only thing that scares me a tad bit is the blowout, but I did play Mitchell Robinson over his 11.5 rebounds on ESPN Bet at plus 110. So hopefully we can get some plus money there. And I did take the Knicks team total over in this spot. All right, let's see what we got in the comment section, and then we'll get back to it. David says, if Dream don't start with Look the Vibes, I'm going to bed. Is Dream in the chat? I don't even see Dream. Dream not even here yet. He might not be here. Justin also likes that Knicks team total over 117.5. Oh, man. Joker rebounds. Dorsey says, we're going to get to that game. Yeah, we'll get to some of these games. What's up to my guy, 3 Miles in the chat? Tariq says, why the Knicks not resting anyone considering they're on the back-to-back? Why would you really need to rest anyone, Tariq, when, first of all, you're Tom Thibodeau. You don't believe in rest. You run your players into the ground. And second, you got the Hornets on deck, right? Like I feel like you should be able to get through this game and then, be fine tomorrow against the Hornets. It's not like you're playing against the Bucks tomorrow or the Celtics. So I don't really see a need to rest anybody today, but that's just me. Shadow says he sees Julius Randle eating tonight. I actually like Julius Randle a lot as well. I didn't play Julius Randle, but Julius Randle typically plays really, really good against teams that can't score the ball. So I do lean towards Julius Randle to go over his points plus rebounds, but not anything that I want to official on. All right, next game up, we have and like I said, bear with me on the background noise. Next game up, we have the Pistons and the Cavs. I won't spend a lot of time on this game just because there are a lot of injury implications for this one. And real quick, let me just see if I got the most updated stuff. So it looks like Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell are still game time decisions. It looks like Isaac Okoro is still out. Bogdanovich is out. Jalen Duren is also listed out. So Detroit, it's going to look a little different tonight. They've been starting Kevin Knox at the power forward position. And Sir Thompson been playing 3. Isaiah Stewart still been playing the center position. He's one. All right, so Isaiah Thomas been playing the center position. I don't have a lot on this game just because I need Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell to be in. And they have a game on Sunday against the Denver Nuggets, so maybe you take this game off. I will tell you guys this: the Pistons, the Cavs kind of own the Pistons. They've won 5 in a row. They've won all of them by 8 points or more. 4 straight games have gone under, so they typically play their best brand of defense here. Detroit, this team has really, really struggled. They've lost 9 games in a row. They're only 3-9 against the spread in their last 10 games. For Cleveland, first game back on the East Coast after a 4-game Western Conference road trip, and the last game of a 5-game road. Well, no, I'm sorry, first game back home. Could be a potential look ahead spot to Denver. So I didn't play anything in this game, but best of luck if you guys got any action. I'll keep it moving. Celtics and the Raptors. This is a game that I actually do got some action on. Didn't get his play out. Actually, probably gonna keep it to myself. I'll let you guys know what it is, but I'm not posting it because it's an under. And unders for me have typically not gone well at all. I've really struggled with unders. Not 100% sure why, but unders just haven't been cashing for me. So injury report for this one. Porzingis is going to be in. Jaylen Brown is also going to be in. I think OG Anunoby is listed as doubtful last time I checked. Head-to-head, Boston has won and covered 3 straight in a row. Boston is also on a 4-game winning streak. This is the second game of a 4-game road trip for them. On the Toronto side, this is the 3rd straight home game of a 4-game homestand. They're coming off a 16-point loss as a 1.5-point favorite against the Milwaukee Bucks the other day. So this is a system play. And the system says that when 2 teams play each other and the total opens up less than the previous total was, and granted, that total is matriculating up now, but I think it's an under spot. Toronto didn't play their best brand of defense. I think they bounced back in this game. And the Celtics, one of the better defensive teams in the league so far. I want to say teams are 3-2 to the under on their team, 4-2 to the under on their team total. Celtics are a really good defensive team, and I think we see that, especially with fresh legs from Jaylen Brown and Porzingis in the spot. So I like the under. I got it at 224.5 just because I kind of figured it would go up. Now you see it go up to 225 with Jaylen Brown and Porzingis being ruled in. I would absolutely take the under at 225. But under 224.5 is the official play for me. Toronto going to struggle to score in my estimation, and they're going to try their best to lock the Celtics up as much as possible. So those are my thoughts there. Not really playing any props, but best of luck if you guys got any action there. Let me go back to the chat real quick. Ali says, happy Friday, y'all. Let's cash. Absolutely. Appreciate you tapping in as always, Ali. One of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Appreciate you, Ali. We're going to get to the Philly and Atlanta game in a second, Shadow. Oaktown Finest says, hey, what's up, Chris? What's the name of the website you had up where you look at the ATS stats? So that one, Oaktown Finest, was Give Me the Dog, Gimmie, THEDOG, GimmeTheDog.com, and you just got to learn syntax. Once you learn the syntax, you can pretty much look at any kind of scenario, any kind of situational spot in basketball. If you got questions about it, just let me know. Always happy to help everybody out, help people learn. S. Dot says, everyone hammer that like button for Chris for his time and info. Takes 2 seconds. Appreciate you shouting that out, S. Dot. Definitely helps that you guys like the show. And I want to salute to everybody that, just real quick, I want to send a special shout out to everybody that tunes in, man, because the like button, you guys have to hit the like button. And I really, really do appreciate that. Even on shows when I get lesser views, and I don't check the numbers too frequently, but I'm noticing that a lot of people do hit the like button for me and show that love. So I appreciate that, man. Always going to get the information out for free. Always going to let you guys know what I'm betting on, like not what I'm looking at or, like, oh, I like this play. My hard-earned money is on this as well. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. Appreciate you, Ali. Appreciate you as well. All right, let's get back into it. So next game up, we only got a couple more games to get to. We got actually a lot of games to get to. We got the 76ers. They will be in Atlanta tonight, taking on the Atlanta Hawks. This line opened. It says it opened as a pick. I actually saw Philly laying 1 last night. I woke up this morning. I saw Atlanta laying 1.5. Now I see it back down to a pick. Total. I guess it's moving up 236. 234.5 is what it opened at. It's up to 236 now. So injury implications for this game, we do kind of gotta wait if you want to play it because Batum is listed as out and Embiid is listed as questionable with I think it's like a hip. I don't know if it's contusion or what it is, but something with his hip. For Philly, it's not a great spot. I'll let you guys know right off the top. For Philly, this is the 3rd game in 4 nights. It's also the 4th game in 6 nights and their 5th game in 8 nights. This is a really, really bad spot for Philly. It's the first game of a road trip after 3 straight home games. It's a triple revenge spot for Atlanta dating back to last season. Atlanta, it's the 3rd game in 4 nights for everybody outside of Trae Young because, of course, he missed that game due to his daughter being born. They didn't have any travel. And they're coming off a loss to the Knicks, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be motivated in this spot. They also don't play again until Tuesday, while the 76ers got a game, I think, on Monday. The Hawks do turn up at home on Fridays. We know this from last year, and it's a trend that it's not like an opinion. Last year they finished the season 8-3 straight up and against the spread at home. They were 2-1 straight up and against the spread as a dog at home as well. So I know a lot of people probably think, man, this line's kind of fishy. Philly's been so hot, but if you kind of look at what Philly has had to go through recently, they beat the Indiana Pacers in the first game of that back-to-back, scored 137 points. But it's really hard to run up and down the floor at that pace because one thing we know about the Pacers, they're not slowing down. They don't care who they play against. They're just going to try to run you off the floor. So that you look at the Pacers, you look at the 76ers points, it went from like 137 to like 121. Then they play Boston, dropped down to 107. So it's not the greatest spot. And the Hawks aren't the greatest defense, but it does feel like I think they have enough. And I like backing the Hawks off the loss. So I heavily lean towards the Hawks in this spot. I think the smart move is what I'm trying to do, and that's wait until Joel Embiid gets ruled in. Once Embiid gets ruled in, Philly will be the favorite. Once Philly's the favorite, I want to take the points with the Hawks versus laying the points with the Hawks. That makes a lot more sense to me. So that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. Just haven't gotten there yet because I haven't heard the news about Embiid. Let me just check and make sure we don't have any new injury news on Embiid. So he still looks like he's a game time decision as of right now. So yeah, I'm not gonna touch this game. But that is how I kind of look at this game. Couldn't talk anybody off Trae Young assists. He's been absolutely cashing left and right. So couldn't talk to you guys up there. We do got some new injury news. Gordon Hayward is available to play. Brandon Miller is also available to play. In that Charlotte game. Okay. All right, so that's good. All right, let's keep go. Let me go back to the chat and then we'll keep it going. I'm trying to move pretty quickly so I can get as many people up and we can still get out of here at a decent time. So a couple comments real quick. Raptors fan says he likes Embiid under 38.5 points plus assists if he does play. I would have to go in and look at how he does against Clint Capella. I feel like Embiid owns everybody, so I would really need to look at that. But I've seen Embiid come out be questionable all day, come out and still drop 40. So I don't know if I like it as much, but best of luck, man, if you do get there, Raptors fan. Devin says joining late, listening at two times the speed to catch up, like in Brunson assist tonight. As long as Brunson plays, his full allotments of minutes, I could not talk you off. Some Brunson assists. Tariq says, Chris, will you bet the Bucks live if they are down by, for example, 5 points? Depending on when they're down 5 points, Tariq. I think, it just kind of depends. I think they're trying to stack up some wins for sure, Tariq. They got a lot to prove, and it looks like they're kind of trending in the right direction right now. So they've been playing a little bit better defense. Giannis being in tells me that they want to win this game. The Bucks, the Charlotte Hornets are a team that I can't lay points with because they're bottom 3 defensively in pretty much every statistical category. And the Bucks, if they can't play defense, they can at least play offense. And their defense is still better than Charlotte. So, yeah, I would probably live bet them, but it would depend on where. Brandon Brown likes Clint Capella over his points plus rebounds. Best of luck if you get there. Geechee Man likes Julius Randle under 5 assists. I would love to know why, just because this feels like a triple-double type Julius Randle game for me. Excuse me, but not anything that I'm on. So best of luck if you are there. I'm not sure, Bala, why I'm having audio issues. I will tell you guys this. Tomorrow I'll have a chance to really take a minute and breathe. I do so much on a daily basis that I don't get a chance to really get anything else done outside of my normal responsibilities. But tomorrow I'm actually probably going to do my whole entire room. So I'm gonna have all my posters up. I'm gonna have all my stuff. My drop it'll be nice. And I'll go through and work on my mics and all that good stuff either. But between life and sports betting and capping games, and it takes a lot of time to do all this stuff. But I digress. Let's get back into the game. So next game up, we have the Sacramento Kings traveling to San Antonio to take on the San Antonio Spurs tonight. This is a game that opened at 5.5 in favor of Sacramento. This line is all the way up to 8.5 now. And the total opened at 232 last night. I talked about this one yesterday on the show. So if you guys were listening, I said Sacramento is going to score as many points as they want to tomorrow against the San Antonio Spurs. So this total went from 232.5 all the way up to 238. So a lot of money coming in on Sacramento, both from a scoring perspective and from the side perspective. And Keldon Johnson did get ruled in. Devin Vassell's ruled out, and Trey Jones, of course, got ruled out as well. For Sacramento, this will be the second road game of a 5-game road trip. They offer win against the Lakers as a dog, of course, and they have 4 straight wins. They play in Dallas on Sunday. I don't think that's too much of a look-ahead spot just because the game isn't tomorrow. On the San Antonio side, this is the first leg of a back-to-back. It's a home back-to-back. They actually host Memphis tomorrow. Maybe they can get a win against the Grizzlies. Maybe not, honestly. 6 straight losses for the San Antonio Spurs. They've only won one of those games, and with only one of those games actually being covered. I'm sorry. They are 8-2 to the over as well. This team does not play a lot of defense. Every team is going over their team total outside of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and that was because their team total was 123.5. And I can't remember who the other team was, but this team is not good defensively. Pretty sure everybody has a negative plus minus on the defensive end outside of Victor Wembanyama. So the way I decided to play this one was Kings team total to go over. I stayed away from the spread. The number was 123.5. I want to say that number is going up now, but I kind of hinted at this one yesterday. You go through and you just look. I'll go back to sharing my screen really quickly, just so you guys can see this. This is one of the things that I looked at for my people who are interested in SDQL and kind of learning it. So if we just type in 2000 season equals this year, and team equals Kings. I'm sorry, team equals Spurs, and they are home. Let's just type in team equals Spurs. So if you type in team equals Spurs, we got to add a date is less than 2023, 11/18. So here you can see that the Spurs are giving up. Well, let me zoom out just a tad bit. So here you can see the Spurs are giving up 124 points per game on the season, which is a lot. Here, you guys can see a line that says DPS. This is delta points scored. That's how many points the Spurs are allowing on a nightly basis. So if this number doesn't have a minus in front of it, that means that the team went over their projected point total. And you can see how many points they went over by. So 22.5, 12.5, 6.5, 6.75, 5, 5, 2, 1. And then a couple teams they did hold under their team total. I'm not really worried about the Spurs at this point. Also, you can just real quick, you can add that they're home. And in this spot, excuse me, in this spot, the Spurs are 5-0 to the over. 5-0 to the over. You can see the 12.7 is how many points that these teams are typically going over when the Spurs play at home. And you can also see right here, they're giving up 121 points in this spot. I don't think, pretty self-explanatory that, Sacramento's offense has been light years better with Steph Curry. I'm sorry, with De'Aaron Fox. Their offensive rating is a 126 point something versus a 106 without him. So about 25, 26, 20 points difference on the offensive efficiency rating. So I like the Kings to be able to score. I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, and that's the way I chose to play this one. That team total is up now to 123.5, but I'll probably still take it. I think this is a game where the Kings can score 125 to 130 points. Did send that out this morning to the members. So that's how I decided to play this one. Also, real strong lean to Keegan Murray to go over his threes. He's been shooting the ball pretty well since De'Aaron Fox came back. I think he has 2 games where he's hit 3 and 5, and then last game he had a stinker against the Lakers. So perfect team to bounce back against. The San Antonio Spurs are, bottom 3 in every 3-point statistical category, whether it's makes, opponent field goal percentage, opponent attempts allowed, and it makes sense because you don't want to try to go down there and challenge Victor Wembanyama, so you just stand outside and shoot a bunch of threes. They're not playing a lot of drop coverage and just not running people off the line. So that's how I decided to play this one. I just took the team total over for the for the Sacramento Kings, and I do lean towards Keegan Murray to be able to go over his 3-point prop, but not anything that I played officially. I think the line was a little juice. This would be something that I would probably alt and take on the ladder. I do think Keegan Murray gets it up. I think he gets the shots up tonight. And I can't imagine that, he missed too many of them against this defense. So, and it's a, perfect bounce back spot for him as well. So I'm going to try to find that number for you guys really quickly, and then I'll get to the comments and we'll get to the next game. So his number right now for Keegan Murray is 2.5 minus 140. It is juice on a lot of books. You can get a minus 140 on ESPN Bet though. Shout out to ESPN Bet for having good odds. And then you probably sprinkle on the 3.5 because if he hits 3, he's probably gonna hit 4. If he hits 4, he might hit 5. So I like Keegan Murray in this spot tonight. Also, the Kings aren't on the second leg of a back-to-back or the first leg of a back-to-back. So that's how I chose to play that one. Not official on Keegan Murray, but may end up getting there. All right, let's keep going. Let's get back to the comments section. Bella says, all good. We appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you as well. Bella also says, Spurs bounce back after a 36-point blowout. I'm not sure when the Spurs are going to come to play. I do kind of feel like they need a full squad, Baller. Like they just like I think you need Devin Vassell in there to be competitive. They don't have enough scoring. Trey Jones being out as well takes away their primary point guard. So yeah, I can't get down with the Spurs. They got to show me something. And the only way I can take points with a team is if I can trust them to play defense. And the Kings actually, beat the Lakers by 15 points. So I think they can run the Spurs team off the floor. I could be wrong, but that's just how I'm reading the game. John Johnson says, you think Harden assists is in play tonight? We'll get there. I haven't touched that game. I haven't gotten to that game yet. Midwest says, we appreciate you. I appreciate you guys for tapping in and listening to the show, contributing, listening, all that good stuff. Coop says, I know it's risky due to a potential blowout, but liking Wembanyama over 18.5 points, a bounce back spot for him. His worst game this season back at home where he plays better versus a Kings team that don't play a lot of defense. Couldn't talk you off, Coop. Somebody going to have to score. And like I said, Devin Vassell already ruled out. They only have Keldon Johnson, who is like a legit scorer. Maybe Malachi Brennan. I haven't watched San Antonio play too much this year, but I know looking at the numbers, they've been trash. Specifically on the defensive end, they've also struggled to score in their last few games as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Young Harlow says, hey bro, it's going new to the. I think it's supposed to say I'm new to the channel and this stream. Who do you think for a leg money line? A parlay leg money line, I think. I don't know what that means, young Harlow. You gotta word that better so I can understand it. The Manny, I think is how you pronounce that. I don't think that's I think that's the Manny. He says Malik Monk threes ladder as well. Is somebody gonna hit him? I could be a wrong read on Keegan Murray, but I like Keegan in this spot to bounce back. Amar likes the bonus rebounds over 12.5. Could not talk you off of that look. That's probably a really solid look. Brandon likes the bonus as well. His points plus rebounds. And Devon says, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Says Barrett in game time decision and Grimes has been ruled out. Let me see if I got that on my end. I don't think let me update my injury report. See what I got. I got Quentin Grimes ruled out, like you said, and RJ Barrett, migraine game time decision. RJ Barrett might have to go to the doctor, man. This dude been having migraines for 5 days, 3 days where he didn't even have a game. What is going on with RJ Barrett? I digress. I didn't know migraines could keep you out that long. It must be bad. All right. Anyway, Akbar, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you being here. Lyrical Studio says, what's going on, Chris? Appreciate you always hooking us up with the sharp reads, man. I was looking into Aiden under 10 is 10.5 boards or points plus rebounds if AD and Braun play. Let me know your thoughts. Okay, we'll get there. Almost done. 1780 Guap says ESPN Bet is Barstool with the new name. Only good for straights, not for parlays, in my opinion. But take that promo and build off of it. Absolutely. I know I have. They gave me $450 bets, and I already and they don't make you play through either. So I've already cashed those in, taking that money out. It's a nice way to build a bankroll if you want to keep it in. Daniel says Spurs 9-2 to the over. I talked about that. Fred says, Chris, what up? The locks for the day. So no official thing is a lock ever, Fred, but I'll definitely recap what I'm liking at the end. Almost there. Young Harlow says 3-leg money line. My bad, bro. Was typing fast. No worries, man. No worries. I'll give you guys a 3-leg money line lay if I that I would play tonight at the end. Maybe we'll have all the injury information by then. Devon says you like Quickly's threes with Barrett and Grimes could be interesting. Yeah. One of those guys are out. That's going to be a lot more minutes for everybody else. Zoned Up says he likes the Knicks, Kings, and Lakers money line. Could not talk you off of that. I actually like that one as well. That could be it. Yeah, especially if it gets you the plus money. I don't think the Knicks are losing to the Wizards. I don't think the Kings are losing to the Spurs, and I don't think the Lakers are losing to Portland, especially off a loss, but we haven't gotten there yet. Shadow says RJ get that check for real. I mean, he does. All right, let's keep going. Let me just keep going because we got a couple more games to get to. Nuggets and the Pelicans are up next, and I'm gonna try to speed up just a tad bit. I actually don't got a lot on this game, so I won't waste anybody's time on this game. So Nuggets and Pelicans. This is a triple revenge spot for the Pelicans. Denver did beat them back on November the 6th, 134-116 at home in Denver. Denver was laying 6.5 in that spot. They didn't cover that spread. This is the first game of an East Coast road trip for Denver. They'll be out for a while. I think we want to see at least like 5 games. They play in Cleveland on Sunday as well. Of course, Jamal Murray is still ruled out. I think Herb Jones came back in the last game and played really, really well for New Orleans. For the Pelicans, this is the third game of a 6-game homestand. The first leg of a back-to-back. They host the Minnesota Timberwolves tomorrow, and they're coming off a 21-point win against the Dallas Mavericks, and they were 3.5-point dogs in that game. Like I said, I think Herb Jones had a lot to do with that. The way I decided to play this game was pretty simple, and it's Jokic to go over his rebound prop. 12.5 was the number. Jokic is averaging 17 rebounds in the last five games. Just FYI, just to kind of put it in perspective. Dude is tipping the ball to himself. He's crashing the glass. To me, the way I kind of read the game is that if you look at the Denver Nuggets offense on the road, it's not as good as it is at home. A lot of those guys are missing shots. If anybody had a chance to watch them play against the Houston Rockets, they barely got to 107 points in that game. And the Pelicans are going to be fired up for this game as well because it's the revenge game. So I think without Jamal Murray being in there, Jokic is having to do more. And it's a lot more missed shots. So he's getting offensive rebounds, he's getting defensive rebounds. I played the over 12.5 rebounds pretty confidently. This is also something that we cashed on against the Clippers the other day. And Jonas Valanciunas doesn't really scare me a lot because Jokic gets his numbers against him as well. So that's the way I decided to play this one. Stayed away from the spread. The Pelicans plus 5.5 does seem a little intriguing to me, but I can't get the Pelicans right now. They have a really good game, then they have a really bad game. A really good game, then a really bad game. Could just be Herb Jones, though. Like, Herb Jones could really be the difference. But if I'm playing the game, I'm looking at Jokic. Points, rebounds, and assists. They got tomorrow off. I don't think that they're going to get blown out in this spot. And Jokic is going to do everything like he always does. So when in doubt, take Jokic to go over. Dude is a cash cow. If people really looking at his numbers, you understand that what he's doing right now is absolutely insane. It's probably just going to continue because he's super consistent. So those are my thoughts there. Like I said, I didn't really play that game a lot. Didn't look too much into it. But I do like Jokic over his rebounds and did look into that line. Next game up, we got the Magic and the Bulls. The Bulls are laying 2.5 points now. This game actually opened, I want to say, close to a pick. Let me just get to the number real quick, see what we got. So, opened at Chicago laying 1. Now they're laying 2.5. The total opened at 216.5 is down to 215. DeMar DeRozan is expected to be back for this game. His points prop weren't up when I was looking last night, but they are up today. Of course, Orlando did on the second leg of a back-to-back coming to Chicago and beat them outright the other day. This is the third game in 4 nights for the Orlando Magic. And okay, cool. All right. Thank you. Thank you. This is the third game in 4 nights for Orlando. This is the double revenge spot for Chicago because they've lost outright twice. Chicago, first leg of a back-to-back, they host the Miami Heat tomorrow. The way I decided to play this game, DeMar DeRozan over his 20.5. Well, it was 20.5 on points on Bet365 at -120. Couldn't talk you off, but that is juiced at -120. So I went to DraftKings after it got bet up to 21.5, and I just wanted less juice. I didn't get this one out yet because I literally played this right before the show. But DeMar DeRozan to go over 21.5 points at -105 on DraftKings the last time I checked was the number. It's a narrative play. It's also a really good, just solid line for DeMar DeRozan. So first and foremost, he missed the game on Wednesday, of course, because he was dealing with some personal issues. So I like that. He's going to be a little bit fresher. Also, you just look at his game logs for this season. Besides the 11-point stinker that he had against the Bucks on Monday, he had 29 against Detroit. He had 22 against Phoenix. He had 21 against Utah. Only 17 against Denver, but Denver's one of the better defensive teams in the league. 24 against Brooklyn. So that's 4 times he's gone over this number in his last 6 games. You also look at DeMar DeRozan against the Orlando Magic. He matches up really, really well. He had a 19-point game in the last matchup, but after that, Before the 19-point game, he had a 32-point game, a 41-point game, 29, 41, 29, 23. So he's gone over this number, what is that, 6-7 times in a row outside of the last game. The narrative, though, that I'm talking about, and I actually had this over on Twitter. I bookmarked this the other day. After the game, DeMar DeRozan was interviewed because he didn't shoot the ball well. He shot just 3 for 11. And quote from Casey Johnson, who is the beat writer that covers this team, quote, "It won't happen again. Simple as that. I don't make too many guarantees, but when I do, it tends to work in my favor." That was DeMar DeRozan talking about his game on Monday. So I'm gonna trust DeMar DeRozan. I'm gonna take him on his word. I played him over 21.5. I'm probably gonna put a little sprinkle on the 25. And I think DeMar DeRozan has a good game tonight. So that's the way I decided to play this game. And those are my thoughts on the game. Orlando first half cash for us the other night. Couldn't talk anybody from going back to the well. They are something like 10-1 to the number in the first half covering the spread. And then they tend to fall off. So if they do have the lead at halftime, I will be live betting Chicago. And that sounds gross because Chicago's been absolutely horrible. But Orlando is the worst offensive team in the second half. So yeah, just take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I will be playing. Live betting if I can get a decent number with Chicago at halftime, just because I expect Orlando to run out of gas like they always do. Those are my thoughts on that game. All right, let's go to the chat real quick. I gotta hurry up because I'm going slow, even though I'm trying to go fast. Shadow says Gordon over 21.5 points plus rebounds. Jokic over 21.5 rebounds plus assists. I like both a lot. Brandon says he likes Zion to go under his points plus rebounds, fading him until he gets his shape. Oh, man. Shadow says you think Herb guards Gordon. I don't think Herb guards Gordon. I think Zion guards Gordon. I think Herb probably guards Herb got to guard RJ. Not RJ. Reggie. Yeah, Reggie Jackson, not RJ. He got to guard Reggie Jackson in my estimation. I think he has to be on Reggie Jackson to kind of slow the offense down from that perspective. Then you got Valanciunas matched up on you. Jokic, that's the way I kind of see it. Johnny says Magic win big, so he likes the Magic to cover as a dog. And that's what we got. All right, let's keep going. We got 3 more games to touch on really quickly. Suns versus Jazz is the next game up. I'll give you guys my notes on this one. The Suns, Bill is out for 3 weeks at least. Booker is back. This is the first of a mini back-to-back series for these two teams. Head-to-head, the Suns have owned the Utah Jazz. They're 8-2 straight up, 6-4 against the spread. The last 10, including 3 straight wins and a 22-point win earlier this season. On October 28th, they beat them 126-104. Both teams are 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games. You see this point total go up. This line actually opened at 5. It's still at 5.5. The total did open at 236.5. It did go up to 237. I see points in this game. I know that the number isn't, extremely. The total isn't extremely, big. It really wouldn't surprise me if this was like 242. So being that the number didn't move up, which and I capped it last night, it was at 235.5, 236, and it hasn't really moved. I think you play the Suns in this spot. I didn't get there quite yet, but the Suns first half team total over to stay away from the spread and the Suns full game to me make a lot of sense. You look at this Jazz team, they're giving up the 5th most points per game over the last 5 games. They're bottom 10 in opponent 3-point makes per game in the last 5 games, and they're bottom 5 in opponent 3-point field goal percentage in the last 5 games as well. So I like the Suns, just haven't quite gotten there yet. Suns would be the play for me. I can't trust the Jazz to be able to play defense, and I can't. For that reason, I think that the Suns can, just probably stack up some wins. They play well against the Timberwolves. Timberwolves were in a bad spot, but they're much better defense than the Utah Jazz are. So those are my thoughts there on that game. I'm going to get to the Lakers game, the Clippers game, then go back to the comments. And then anybody got any looks, send me a request. I'll get up as many people as I possibly can, get all my usual suspects up, everybody that kind of help me cap the card and give out plays with me. So Lakers and Blazers up next. Brogdon is still out for the Portland Trail Blazers. Bron is still officially listed as questionable. And AD is listed as probable. The Lakers, this is the 3rd game in 4 nights. This is also a 4th game in 6 nights. The first road game after 3 straight home games, and it's the only road game before they come back home and host a 3-game home stand. So it's a pretty funky travel spot. Lakers probably do got a bad taste in their mouth. They were laying a point and a half at the crib 2 nights ago and got mollywopped by the Sacramento Kings. Portland, going back right now. 5 straight losses. Second game back home and third game in 4 nights for them. This is also a fourth and know that they'll be without Scoot Henderson. And they're just really thin, right? No Scoot Henderson, no Malcolm Brogdon. Shaden Sharp will still be out there. But no Anthony Simons, of course, he's still out. So I think the Lakers should absolutely come in here and dominate. I think they should force turnovers against Skylar Mays. I think they should get out. They should be able to run, get out in transition, and they should probably get this one out early. I think, going back to last season in the playoffs, Anthony Davis has really been fluctuating where he has a good game, he has a bad game. Good game for AD, bad game. So I do think that looking at AD on in a bounce back spot on his points at 24.5, I think that's a very, very solid look. I like Anthony Davis in this spot. Didn't quite get there because I feel like this game does have blowout potential. The Blazers have really, really struggled to score their bottom 3 offense in the last 5 games without Malcolm Brogdon being there. So, I'm not in a position where I feel comfortable laying points with the Lakers, even though they are 9-point favorites now. The total did go up to 225. I think you kind of look at the over, maybe the Lakers team total over. I know that number wasn't extremely high when I checked it earlier. I think it's like 114, 115. I think, actually it's up to 117.5 now. It was actually like 115, 114 earlier. So no play for me on this game, but I do lean towards Anthony Davis over his points. I also like Anthony Davis over his blocks. When Anthony Davis has a bad game, he typically like to bounce back, specifically on the offensive and defensive end. So Lakers should bounce back in this spot. Portland, and just not whole, not healthy right now. So those are my thoughts on that game. Didn't play anything. Last game up, we got the Rockets and the Clippers. Rockets are catching 7.5 points now. This line actually opened at -5.5. Money's coming on the Clippers. Total matriculating up just a tad bit, opened at 217, is up to 218.5 now. So for this game, Clippers, they've owned the Rockets. 9-1 straight up in the last 10 meetings. Houston, really, really interesting spot here. Houston is this is their first road game for the Houston Rockets after 8 home games in a row. 8 home games in a row is a crazy amount of home games. They do have 4 days off of rest as well. And they're hot right now. One of the hottest teams in the league, 6 straight wins, 5-0-1 against the number in their last 6. They play against the Lakers, so they won't have to travel on Sunday. For the Clippers, 6 straight losses. They're 1-5 against the number in the last 6 games. Haven't won since James Harden has been there. So this really boils down to, do you think the Clippers are going to bounce back and finally get a win now that they're at home and they got the lineup situation kind of figured out? And they actually look like a competent team against the Denver Nuggets the other day? Or do the Houston Rockets kind of keep it rolling? Because if so, you get a nice price tag with them, catching 7.5 points in this game. Real quick, I want to share a query. And the Clippers don't play again until the 20th, which is Monday. They play against the San Antonio Spurs. So no real look ahead spot on deck for them. I want to share something with you guys just really quickly. Something I was looking at. Another query type trend, because we have 2 teams that, in my estimation, and probably you guys' estimation as well, that are going in different directions. So what you guys see here, and I'll zoom in real quick for the people that are watching on YouTube. What you guys see here is a team that is lost 4 games in a row. So I just used 4, even though they lost 6, because I wanted a bigger sample size. They've lost 4 games in a row. Their opponent has won 3 games in a row, and their home favorite laying 5 points or more. So here you see these teams 18-4 straight up. So it's 2 teams going in opposite directions. These teams are 18-4 straight up. This is over the course of the whole database, going all the way back to 1997. So it doesn't happen often that a team that's lost 4 games in a row that's playing against a team that's won 3 games in a row, and they're actually laying points. What sticks out in this grade is this first quarter. Specifically the first quarter and first half. So you see 27.5 to 23.3. To me, it feels like, and I could be wrong, right? Maybe the Clippers still haven't figured it out yet. But I like fading teams in that first spot off of, 4 or 5 straight home games. The Rockets have not played a road game since like 1993. Like, I feel like you have to fade them, especially when you think about how motivated the Kings have to be in this spot. I'm not the Kings. The Clippers have to be in this spot. You can't get a win. You think you kind of finally figured it out. To me, it feels like a super desperation spot. Haven't gotten there yet. The first quarter spread number is for the Clippers. This actually wasn't available last night when I was capping the game. Probably like 2.5, maybe 1.5. It's -2 on DraftKings. I like that number for the Clippers. -2. It's 2.5 on some books, but if you can get it 2, I do like that number. I like that number for the Clippers. I like that number a lot. I actually really like that number. So that's how I think the game goes. I think the Clippers come out early. I think they, punch early, punch often, and play with a sense of desperation, man. They almost in a position where they have to. I know that the Houston Rockets have been hot, but they are 0-2. I want to say 0-2 straight up and against the spread when they're on the road this season, and they haven't played a road game in quite some time. So yeah, I like the Rocket. I like the Clippers. Crazy to think that I like the Clippers in the first quarter, but like I said, didn't quite get there. Haven't played it yet. Want to look at the Rockets on the road real quick, and then I'll get back to the YouTube comment section, and then we'll go to so they're 0-2 on the road so far this season. Losing the first quarter by average of 6 points, 27-21. Lost to Orlando on the first night, and then they also lost to the San Antonio Spurs. Crazy to think they lost to the Spurs in overtime, 122-126. So those are my thoughts on the card for today. I'll let you guys know what I bet, and I'll also post them at the bottom. I didn't have a chance to complete just adding all that to the what I played segment. So I'm gonna share with you guys what I bet. I'm gonna let you guys know what I'm leaning towards as well, and then I'll go through the comments. I'll go through the comments. Get Godspeed up, get Stephen up, get Ben up. Anybody else that wants to contribute, and then I'll post those plays at the bottom so you guys can see them there. So as far as my card for today, give you guys all the action I got. Mitchell Robinson in that first game versus the Wizards, over 11.5 rebounds plus 110 on ESPN bet. The Knicks in that same game, team total over 116.5. I played the Kings team total over 121.5. I played Jokic over his 12.5 rebounds on FanDuel at -108. Also DeRozan over his 20.5 or 21.5. I think it's 21.5. I wrote 20.5 though. Over his 21.5 points on DraftKings at -105. So those are the plays that I locked in. That's 5 plays that I locked in. Strong leans. Oh, I'm sorry, Boston and Toronto. Like I said, I'm not going to post that one because maybe if I don't post the under, it'll actually stay under. So I'm going to stay off of posting it. But I did play Boston and Toronto under 224.5. That's the if you know type system play for me. So those are the 6 looks bets that I've made today. Also, like I said, I'm looking at Atlanta money line when Joel Embiid gets ruled in. Also, like the Clippers first quarter, probably Clippers first half. Haven't gotten there yet with that. And those are the plays. That's what I like the most. Keegan Murray, also another guy. LaMelo Ball, also another guy. These guys are on the short list, but I can't give out 100 plays. I also can't play 100 plays because I like to actually watch the games that I got plays in. So that's the what I play segment. Now we're going to get into the Twitter plays and see what everybody else is on after I go through the comments really, really quickly. So let's see what we got. We got Shadow says he thinks the Jazz Thunder will be a shootout, like book points plus assists. Could not talk you off there, Shadow. I think my guy Munoz is on that as well. Coop says love and book rebounds plus assists at 11.5, sprinkled on his 8 and 8 on DraftKings. I'm sorry, his 8 and 8 in double at plus 450 on DK. His 8 and 8 might be a good look at plus 450. I like that a lot, Coop. Let me write that down. D book points plus rebounds plus assists at 11.5. I do see him getting a lot of assists. I think that the Utah Jazz still gonna be starting Keontae George, and he's a rookie. So best of luck. He's barbecue chicken. I know we've been cashing with him on his assists, but he should be barbecue chicken tonight, trying to guard Devin Booker when they get him in the pick and roll. So Keontae George gonna need everything he got tonight against these guys. Not to say he's not gonna get up for the game, but best of luck trying to guard these guys. So book over 11.5 rebounds plus assists. Put your name down beside that one, Coop, because if it cash, I'm gonna let you know. Raptors fan says he likes Devin Booker over 34.5 points plus assists. Yeah, we looked at that as well. I agree with you guys on that. Could not talk you guys off. Devin Booker could go out and get 35 points. So you get points plus assists. I cannot talk you off. And this line is only going to increase as he continues to have good games. The Utah Jazz are bottom 5 defense. I talked about that already. So like that as well. Matt says, appreciate that team total under for Golden State yesterday. Glad you cashed it, Matt. Mays assist at 8.5 too high. He had 11 the last game against the Lakers. Yeah, I can see him getting it again. The Lakers should be fired up in this spot, but that doesn't mean that they're going to play defense. It might just mean they're going to play offense. So can't really evaluate the Lakers. I just put the hoodie on because I like the hoodie. I'm not on the Lakers today. Best of luck, though. Johnny says, Chris, what are your safety bets today? I don't have any safety bets. I'm just firing. I did tell you guys I was going to put together a little money line parlay, and I think I like the one that was shouted out early. It was the Knicks to beat the Wizards, the Kings to beat the Spurs, and then the Lakers to beat the Portland Trailblazers. I'm not sure what that'll get you, but that to me sounds like a really safe bet. Even a couple of road favorites. I think that they get the job done today. The Real DX says Jazz play the Suns again Sunday. The loser today bounces back on Sunday. It could be that simple. We saw the Suns lose to the Spurs and then not bounce back in the next game. So, yeah, we'll see. Shadow says if Westbrook comes off the bench, I have to play Harden assist. I'll give him one more chance. Yeah, we cashed on Harden to go under his assist in the last game. I don't like it as much in this game, even though the Houston Rockets are a really good defensive team. They've been really sound defensively. Jalen Brown and Porzingis rolled in. Appreciate you sharing that, Brandon. Mike Laurie says, did you find the Utah Jazz capper who had the system that gave us the first half, both teams over 60? I did. Shout out to whoever that was. I forgot what his name was, but he actually emailed me the system. He says sitting at about 65, 70% throughout the season. So, yeah, that's something that I hope he continues to share with us. But it does have something to do with, like the Utah Jazz having low totals and then one of them gets projected to be high. It's typically a buy-on spot. When you see the number adjust that much, you want to back it. Bill missing 3 weeks with the back injury. Is this the end? I'm not sure, man. Hopefully Bradley Beal can come back. I know it's probably eating him up inside not to be out there with his team. I'm not sure. Rose City says, new subscriber, I agree with you a lot on your picks. Well, hopefully we cash him tonight, Rose City. Just because we on the same side don't mean it's always the right side, but hopefully tonight it is. We've been making some cash. I want to say I'm up about 14, 15 units, maybe 16 units on the season right now. Justin likes the Clippers -5.5. Hit it big last night. Okay. Best of luck to you, Justin. Not on the other side at all. Rose says he wouldn't bet against the Clippers tonight. I'm right there with you. I wouldn't bet against them either. Daniel says, I know it's old, but what do you think about a Celtics first quarter spread ladder? Toronto hasn't covered their last 5 first quarters, and they're losing by an average of 7 points. I could not talk you off just based on those numbers, Daniel. Could not talk you off. And S-Dot right behind him says OG Anunoby is ruled out. To me, that makes a lot of sense. That's your best defender. Not going to be in there to slow down Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And Jaylen Brown should be fresh, coming off a couple of days of rest. He also didn't play in their last game. So could not talk you off. We know that the Celtics score a lot of points, and they typically do it in the first quarter and first half. It's something that's been a cash cow so far this season. Their offense is pretty legit in the first quarter as well. Daniel says Clippers need a win. Who cares if they couldn't beat Denver at home, who are 40-8 straight up last season at home? That's a fact. That is a fact. I agree with you there. That's why I kind of like the Clippers first quarter, first half. Like I said, just haven't gotten there yet. Rose like the Suns team total over. I also like the Suns team total over. I think it's 121.5. And like I said, the Jazz, their bottom 5 defense, defending the 3 and just giving up points in general. They don't have a lot of defenders out there, but they can score. So I do like that Suns team total over. If I was going to add a play, probably would be that. All right, let's go. My guy Wham. Shout out to my OG Wham, man. He says, 100 likes isn't enough. Hit the like button, family. Appreciate you, Wham, for shouting that out. If you guys, find value in the show, man, definitely hit the like button for me. It definitely helps. All right, so I gave you guys everything that I'm looking at. I'm gonna kick it to Godspeed. I'm gonna kick it to Stefan. I'm gonna kick it to Ben, and then I'll write up my plays so you guys will know exactly what I'm on while they kind of share their looks. So let's go Godspeed first. I know you've been waiting the longest. Godspeed, what's going on, my brother? Talk to me. How you doing today?
What's good, bro? I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. We got a beautiful night of basketball, man. So I can't complain. Ready to hop off here, take a shower, grab some dinner, and I'm locked in, bro.
Yeah, nice little slate. They got something to play for on Friday. So I'm gonna give out a little two straights, but I'm just get straight to it, bro. But I took Isaiah Stewart and Nikola Jokic, 2 threes apiece. Now, if you want to parlay these, it's like plus 200 or like plus 250, somewhere in that range. Isaiah Stewart, I got him on FanDuel at minus 115. He covered in 4 out of 5 away games. He's averaging 2 3-pointers made on the road this season. And the Cavs, they give up the 5th most 3-pointers made to the center position. I do want to let y'all know, you can't wait on the lineups, but I hit up a beat writer, and I seen on Twitter that they probably going to start Isaiah Stewart at the 5. That's why I'm taking this. And because what's the name? Damn, Monty Williams. He trying to go with a 5-out offense, so he want to give that a look. And I know Bagley got ruled in already, but he's looking to start Kevin Knox at the 4. So that puts Isaiah Stewart at the 5. Now Nikola Jokic, I'm with you on his rebounds. He dominates Valanciunas, man. The matchup is crazy. The history is crazy. But I took his 2 threes. He's over in 3 out of 4 games without Jamal Murray, and he averaging 7 3-point attempts. That's more than enough volume from the knockdown 2 threes. He's also hit 2 threes without Murray last season versus Valanciunas, and he's hit it in 4 out of the last 6 games versus Valanciunas. The Pelicans, they give up the 8th most threes to the center position. And I took both of them straight, threw a unit on them, and I put a quarter unit on both of them to get 3 at plus 1,200. Now, Chris, I got a question for you, Lakers fan. I got to collab with my guy, Stick With It. And we took Austin Reeves over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, you know you've been coming off the bench the last 4 games, but he's covered this in his new roles. He's covered it in 3 out of the last 4 games, averaging 28 PRA. The Trailblazers is a team that don't play no fucking defense. They allow the 2nd most points, the 9th most rebounds, and the 4th most assists to the shooting guard position. So we took his PRA and put a unit on it at minus 106 on FanDuel. And we also took the 8 and 8 just because Austin Reeves in the last 2 games, he had 12 rebounds and 8 assists, and then 11 rebounds and 7 assists. So if you want to sprinkle his 8 and 8, it's a plus 2,000. But Chris, how you feel about his new role coming off the bench?
I think it's needed, man. Like I've been, going back and watching these games. I can't stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning every night watching the Lakers play, even though that's my guys, over here on the West Coast, on the East Coast. But yeah, like you said, it seemed like I talked about this last week. Like the Lakers, they really struggled to sustain some kind of like just offense in general. It feels like if you go back and look, they were struggling because they couldn't score. Like, so I think that's one of the reasons why Ham Sandwich decided he wanted to switch up the rotation a little bit and, get Austin Reeves coming off the bench. If you get Cam Reddish in there playing with LeBron, he probably going to get more wide open looks than him playing, and be more efficient and effective because he just got to stand and shoot, So I think that's what they're trying to do. And Austin Reeves can, he's another point guard. So having him on the floor with D'Angelo Russell and LeBron James, while that can be, good, if he's not shooting the ball well from 3, which he's not, hasn't been doing so, when he was starting, he wasn't. I think that can be, that can be troublesome. So I think him coming off the bench has been better. His minutes hasn't dropped at all. Another thing, Godspeed. So I like that look a lot, bro. I hadn't even thought about Austin Reeves, but against this defense, he should eat. He might end up being in with the 2nd unit, if it is a blowout. So I couldn't talk you off at all, bro. I like that look a lot.
Yeah, bro. That's what I was gonna say. It's blowout proof, probably too. You know, if it's a blowout, he might be in it with the second unit, but he's still gonna get his. It's not drop off in minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay, Vincent. I mean, he's the ball handler with the second unit. You know what I'm saying? So I really like AR tonight. I don't really bet on the Lakers or the Bulls. Them two teams that they do me dirty, but I'm trusting AR 15 tonight to at least get your PRA. And if you want to go get the 8-8, cool. I use Picket Sports. They got his triple double. It was like plus 10,000. They saying it's on FanDuel. I don't see it nowhere. But I'm gonna put 0.1 unit on that just because I feel like the Lakers might get on their ass, and then AR might be able to have some fun in garbage time.
Okay, Austin Reeves PRA is a strong look, Godspeed. I like that look a lot, bro. Like all your looks, though, man. Best of luck tonight. Appreciate you sharing them as always, bro.
Appreciate it, bro. Good luck.
Absolutely. Stephen, the Knicks play basketball tonight, so I need to hear from you, my brother. Then we're gonna kick it to my OG Wham and get Ben up here as well. Lo, I see you in the chat. Haven't heard from you talk basketball in a while, so I'm definitely gonna get you up here, and then we'll keep it moving. Stephen, talk to me, my guy. How you doing today, bro?
Hey, happy Friday. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, bro. I cannot complain, man. What we liking tonight? Talk to me.
There's a lot to like because I dug in the numbers and the Washington Wizards aren't. Yeah, it's really absurd if you watch them play. I'm not trying to go on a long rant here, but bro, they start like Danilo Gallinari center as like their backup center. So with all that said, my favorite play is listen, I'm just taking it because like I don't know if he's gonna play, but if he plays, he's gonna fry this team. RJ Barrett at 19.5 points is a joke. It's a slap in the face. He's the most efficient scorer on the team. I've said it over and over. If the All-Star game is tomorrow, he would be in it. He's been amazing. Like they're not stopping anyone. I love the team total look that you're on. What else am I on for this game? Oh, my favorite look for this game. I'm not a totals guy, but the third quarter for the Knicks over 28.5 is like my favorite play from a Knicks game going into the game. Basically, the Wizards have given up 29 points in every game this year. They're allowing the most third quarter points in the league. I was talking to my guy Dream, and I was mentioning the fact that when these coaches can adjust, they're going crazy. So I built a full ladder up to 41 points, plus 1,200 on DK. Basically, the Knicks have picked 29 plus points in every game except the 2 versus Boston. That's a good defensive team. And the 2 versus Cleveland that basically they dragged the game into the mud. They hit 29 all 4 times last year against the Wizards. And if you just like look at the third quarter of these like Wizards games, I'm not going to bore everyone. It's like everyone's scoring 34 points. It's a Friday night. It's an in-season tournament game. Like, man, like, the Knicks should go crazy today. Also, man, quickly, whenever they put his points up, they're going to make me wait till 10 minutes for a tip. He's 14 points in every career game versus the Wizards. He's from Maryland. He's going to score at least 15 tonight. The Wizards stink. Like, if you take away anything from this, it's the Wizards stink. Take everything tonight. And also, I like, it's hideous, but I'm in love with Isaiah Hartenstein's potential tonight. Because, one, the Knicks are going to be winning this game probably by 25. So that's why I'm kind of afraid of Mitchell Robinson and Randall's rebounds, but I'm on the Mitch double-double.
Mm-hmm.
But backup centers against the Wizards have been going ham. Like, Jalen Smith did 13 and 8 in 13 minutes. Paul Reed did 6 and 6 in 13 minutes. Day'Ron Sharpe did 8 and 12 in 19 minutes. The line right now open at 5.5. I'm going to take the 5.5, build it up to 10, take his double-double. Like, this game is, like, built for, like, yeah, let Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, this is the 4th game in 6 days for the Knicks. So this is, like, classic, like, all right, you know, Mitch, you've been grabbing 15 rebounds every game. Like, let Hartenstein beat up on these scrubs for, like, 20 minutes, you know? Love that one. And also, I'm on – sorry, 1 second here. And I'm on Daniel Gafford's under 15.5 points plus rebounds. The last 7 centers against Mitchell Robinson have gone under this number. Mitch might be on his way to a Defensive Player of the Year nomination here. I just think, like, a guy like Daniel Gafford's, like, been playing well, but I'm like, he's Daniel Gafford. Like, eventually he's going to fall off a cliff, and he's going against a terrible matchup. So, just to recap real quick, Knicks third quarter over 28.5. I cannot say it enough. Like, the trend on that is ridiculous. Isaiah Hartenstein's rebounds, Quickly's points. RJ at 19.5 won't last till game time. Like, that should be 22.5. And, yeah, that's what I'm on tonight.
Well, hey, hold on, Stephen. What did you say about Daniel Gafford?
Oh, his points plus rebound under 15.5. The last 7 centers have been under for the Knicks. And it's like, not like scrubs. It's like Capella, Zubac, Jonas Valanciunas. I can't remember all the guys. Porzingis. Like, everyone we play, like, goes under on their rebounds and goes under on their points plus rebounds. That's
actually something that I wrote down. Well, didn't write down stuff. I think I was doing something. I don't know if I was driving or what, but I'm thinking about stuff when I'm driving all the time, and I didn't come back to that because that was something that I noticed as well with him. Anybody in a matchup with Mitchell Robinson, anybody in a matchup with Evan Mobley, especially off a loss. Like I watched what he was able to do to Jeremy Grant the other day. So it's definitely these positions I'm gonna be trying to target. Bam Adebayo is another guy that typically holds centers under. So that's a strong list. I think I might get there on Daniel Gafford to go under, even though I don't want to have 3 plays in the same game. It might be a little small play for me. I like that.
I don't blame you. Look, you know me, I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a whole bro. Hard to see an 11.5 points this rebound. The man might get it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Joke line.
Joke
line.
That's a fact.
Going to be playing 20 minutes. Like the Wizards played Danilo Gallinari at center. I love Gallo because the Knicks took him like, yo, the man is like 47 years old and like 20 CLs. Like, why are they doing it? Anywho, thanks for having me up. Hopefully we can get some money tonight on Friday.
Absolutely, my brother. Absolutely. Appreciate you sharing the look, Stephen. Sharp. New York Knicks beat writer that we got there, man. Appreciate Stephen as always. For people who joined late, my plays are posted now over on YouTube at the bottom. I'm not going to go over them all just for time purposes, but all my plays are posted at the bottom. Real quick, somebody on Twitter said triple-double not listed on FanDuel for Austin Reeves. I do see it listed on FanDuel for Austin Reeves. I see that plus 9,000. So, yeah, that's the only book I see it listed on. Looks like Caesars, DraftKings, Bet Rivers, and BetMGM don't have it listed. But, yeah, that's what I see right there. Appreciate Stephen. Appreciate Godspeed. Let's keep going. Wim, you're up next, my guy. Then we're gonna kick it to Ben and then Low. What's going on, Wim? Talk to me, bro.
Man, my dog, man. Shout out to ChrisBeCappinn, man, for having this space for everyone to give out their picks, man. We're giving out good information, man. Shout out to Stephen with that last one as well. Shout out to B Simone, Low up in here, Parlay. Shout out to all y'all, bro. I'm happy to be here, and I'm here to kind of be a little disruption. I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of people like the Clippers here today. I'm going to be a little disruptive here. I think that the Clippers still suck, y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear this shit. I know the Rockets finally coming on the road, and they haven't showed us anything. Well, it's only their 3rd road game, you guys. They haven't had a chance to play the Clippers. And I'm not going to lie, though, this is definitely a terrible spot for the Rockets. So I am splitting this up. I am going to take the 7.5, and I'm taking the 4.5 in the first half. I think that it is going to be a little tricky here, full game. I'm not going to lie. I think that there is a chance that the Clippers could figure it out, and rally there. I don't like that they're doing some things there that people are just trying to figure it out. Russell Westbrook figuring out that he's coming off the bench through practice. A lot of those guys didn't know until practice, and seeing his jersey in the reserve spot on practice. That was news today. So I don't know if everybody knows that yet, but I don't think these guys like each other too much. I don't know if this is a good locker room or not, but I'm still going to fade them until we see otherwise. I know it's a good spot for them today, but I'm just going to put my money where my mouth is. I'm taking the Rockets first half plus 4.5, and I'm taking them plus 7.5 as well. That's not my best bet today. I just want to be disruptive. My best bet is something that's been cashing, though, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Orlando Magic in the first half. I took a money line plus 110. I like today being that it is the in-season tournament day, and this Magic team has lost one. But this is one of the I think this is not the easiest group. But this is one of the groups that they have a good shot of winning here. They play Chicago. After that, they play Toronto, then Boston. It gets a little tougher afterwards, but I think if the Magic wants to win this, they got to obviously do it today. So I like the Magic first half. Obviously, it's been catching. We're going to just keep going back there. Then to cap it all off, I'm going to just go here with the Jazz. The Jazz is one of the teams that's shocking me in the Group A. And I have the Lakers to win Group A at plus 600. The only way, shout out to them because they obviously 2-0 right now. They only play Portland and the Jazz next. Only way I can hedge is by keep taking the Jazz. And today they played the Phoenix Suns, who's already lost in this tournament. I don't think they care, bro. I don't think the Phoenix Suns care. And I think the Jazz do. So I did take the Jazz plus 6 last night. I think we're getting 5.5 now, but that's what I'm rocking with today, man. Again, Chris, bro, I appreciate you, my dog. You already put down, bro. You held it down for all of us, man. Shout out to my dog, man, Chris, that's for sure.
My God. Appreciate you, man. Always, bro. Always all love. Peace, King. Appreciate you for coming on. I didn't go official with the Clippers. I just can't. Like you said, I kind of need to see it too. I do lean that way, but it wasn't an official play for me. So you're not talking me off at all. I love the disruptiveness though. We can't all be on the same side. We're trying to be on the side of the cashes, not the just the side just to be there. I will just an update. So Wham talked about Orlando on the first half money line. We cashed that the other day. He got it at plus 110. I'll tell you guys right now, if you have Bet365 and you want to ride with Wham on that, this team, the Orlando Magic, are plus 120 on the money line in the first half on Bet365 is the best number I see available. So best of luck if you guys want to ride with Wham there. I cannot talk you off at all, but give me DeRozan to bounce back in this spot today. I'm going to hold him to his word, put his feet to the fire. Let's go, DeMar. I need him tonight. All right. Appreciate Wham for stopping through. As always, I know he don't get a chance to come through too often, but salute to my guy. Lo, I haven't heard from Lo in a minute, man. Appreciate you pulling up on me, Lo. What's going on, bro?
What up, big dog? What up, man? What you doing with all these celebrities up here? Who is these dudes, bro?
Hey, they decided to come out tonight. I think it's just a Friday thing, Lo.
You're right. It'd be a Friday.
Everybody want to step out on a Friday night.
I see that. That's what's going on. Big shouts to everybody up here speaking, dog. So real quick, Chris, I got a play that is probably it's not a popular play. All right, a lot of people may not even like this play, but it is what it is. It was a stat that I was reading with Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic has failed to exceed 32.5 points in 13 straight games on the road as a favorite, averaging 23.6 points a game. I do see his number tonight is at 32.5. I'm gonna rock the under here in this spot. Just that trend is a little bit too good for me to not, put something down on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's at minus 110 on DK, so I do think that's a good spot for Jokic to go under. Now, I do, like you guys were saying, I do think he gets his rebounds because he's done that, at the position versus I forgot who it is on the Pelicans. Come on, Chris, tell me. The big man for the Pelicans.
Valanciunas.
There you go, Valanciunas. He's absolutely dominated him. So I think that he does do good on the glass. I just don't see Jokic tonight getting 32.5 or getting 33 points. So I'm going under here. And then you was asking about I believe it wasn't you, but it was a person that was asking about a 3-team money line lay. I actually gave a 3-team money line layout tonight for my clients, and I'm gonna go ahead and get that out here tonight too as well for you guys. I'm sorry, dog, but I'm dealing with it with Chris, dog. Okay, I think that this is the Clipper spot. Okay. But the lay is so the New York Knicks money line. Everybody's been talking about that. I'm in agreement there. I do like Denver to win the game versus New Orleans Pelicans. They've done well versus them. I think they continue doing that tonight, so I like them as part of the money line parlay. And then the last piece is going to be the Clippers on the money line. If you put all three of those team money line lays together, right now DK is plus 179. So I think all three of these teams can get the job done. And that's what I got for you guys today, man. Appreciate you having me up, Chris. Oh yeah. We want to ask you this too, Chris. Okay. You still a teacher, right? Like, I think you still teach, right?
I still working in school, yeah.
There you go. Never mind. Answers my question. So I was going to be like, yo, Chris, where you be at when I be doing my spaces on college football and stuff? Why you don't never come through? But it makes perfect sense now if you're still a teacher. I understand that you're in class at that time. So answer my question. We all good, man. Thanks for having me up.
Absolutely, Lo. Appreciate you stopping through, bro, as always, man. Shout out to my guy, Lo. All right, let's keep going. We got Ben is up next. What's up, Ben? I'm good, bro. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're loud and clear. What's going on? How you doing?
Awesome. I'm doing good, man. I'll start with a play of your Lakers game. Me and Steph were chopping this one up in the DMs a little bit. Cam Reddish steals over minus 105. I think Cam Reddish is motivated to stay in the starting lineup. Obviously, he's been bouncing around the NBA a lot. And part of the reason that he's found himself in and out of rotations last few years is an effort level. Cam Reddish is super talented. Obviously, he's like a long lever thing. He can kind of score at all three levels, but it's never really stuck. And he might come here. I think a lot of it comes down to the fact that he's playing defense. Obviously, he was recently inserted in the starting lineup. He's got 3+ steals in 4 of his last 5 games. In Portland, they've got a 3-point with all the guard injuries they got right now. We got 3, 0, and 5 in his last 5 games on the steals. And Portland's given up an above average amount of steals, both in general and in the small forward position. my guess is the deal in LA, as long as Reddish plays defense, he's going to keep starting. And he really wants it to finally work out here because he's moved around so much the last few years. So Cam Reddish steals minus 105 over 1.5. I did take the 3 steals at plus 340. And then I do got a play for you in the Towns game. This is the system play that we ran all of last year. In home games, Darius Garland, 6 assists in a win. I got it this morning at little juiced at minus 140. But more than willing to lay the juice here. Last year in 22 home wins that Garland played in, he covered the 6 assists in 21 and 22. And the Cavs went 31 and 10 last year in general at home, with one of those losses being a game they sat everybody in the last game of the year because they had already clinched the playoff spot. So I love this year. It's just, I wouldn't think of it as a same game parlay. I look at it as a cheaper way to play the because in every game but one at home that the Cavs won, Garland covered the 6 assists.
I could not talk you off, Ben. You got all the numbers to back it up, man. I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. Did he get ruled in, though, is the question. Did he get ruled in?
I mean, they're putting the lines up. I think so. I haven't seen anything about him getting ruled out. But I guess if he gets ruled out, I think you're just sitting on a shitty Cavs money line then at that point, like minus 390 or whatever it is, which obviously would suck if he gets ruled out, but I still think they win the game regardless. I mean, obviously, no one's laying on minus 390, but I guess that's the worst case scenario if he does get ruled out.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense for sure. Okay. Hey, appreciate you, Ben, as always, man. Best of luck tonight. All right, let's go real quick. Let's get a couple more people up. Charles, I ain't heard from my guy Charles in a minute. Let me get Jay's back up. I know he was up yesterday. He came back for another day. So let's get him up real quick. And then probably gonna get up out of here after that. So let's go Jay's first. Looks like Charles is still connecting. Jay's, talk to me, man. What's going on today? How you doing, bro?
Well, man, I always appreciate the spaces every day, man.
Absolutely, dude. What's going on? Talk to me. What you liking today?
So I don't know if this guy was mentioned earlier, but he's my play of the day. Bilal Coulibaly for the Wizards, 10 plus points is plus 180 on FanDuel, and he has covered that line at 10, 10, 21, and 10 the last 4 games. The dude's shooting 53% from the field, 47% from 3, and he's playing like 28 plus minutes a game. And he is blowout proof because he comes off the bench. That's what I got for you, man. Okay.
Hey, best of luck, bro. I cannot talk you off. I know I talked about getting on this PRA about 2 games ago. Didn't do it when they were playing against the Raptors. He crushed that line. And at that point in time, this whole PRA line, I think it was like 11 and a half. And I was scared to do it then and didn't play it. And now, he's continuing to crush it. So cannot talk you off at all, Jace. Best of luck tonight and appreciate you sharing that look because I don't think a lot of people are on him tonight for sure.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
Absolutely, bro. Right back at you. Ben, I see your hand up, so I'm going to come back to you. Let me get Cam up real quick, and we'll get up off this thing, man. What's up, Ben?
I completely forgot to mention I can't co-sign the Gafford. As someone who was sitting on Gafford double-double tickets both of the last 2 games where he was sitting on and one was a blowout, one was a close game that they ended up blowing and losing. He didn't play a minute in the fourth quarter of the last 2 games. And it's not like those were blowouts. So those were extreme plus matchups. Gafford just goes with the matchup. If it's a plus matchup, he covers. If it's a bad matchup, he stays away. So I just wanted to co-sign that step. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because I wrote it down and I put Stefan's name beside it, but I need to put a star beside it so I can make sure I go back and actually play it because I'm going to probably get there with you guys as well. I'm looking for that number real quick just so I can see what the best number is. Because I probably will play this. It's not gonna be my official play because it's Cam's play. Because it's Stefan's play, he talked about it more. But 14 and a half is what I see for his points plus rebounds over on PointsBet. It is juice, it's minus 145, but you can get 13 and a half at plus money on FanDuel, plus 100. So I'm probably getting there. I don't think Gafford has a big day today at all. Shout out to Stefan for dropping that look for sure as well. Cam, talk to me. Your Raptors are in playing tonight. What we got going on in Toronto?
Essentially what I'm on in that game is so these are rookie only players. So I just want to look at it because you're gonna feel like Pascal Siakam threes in like the last 6 games. I'm actually on Pascal to hit 2 threes tonight and go over his 20.5 point line. I think it comes up to 21. Just a feeling that I think Boston's going to leave him open because he hasn't been hitting them. Boston's actually really good at guarding the 3-point line, but I think there's a world where they will say guys who aren't hitting them and make them hit them. So that's why I'm looking at Pascal to hit those threes. I also took Scotty Barnes over his threes. At over 1.5 to -105. Same thing. I think Boston's going to say off and force these guys to shoot. So the 3 plays I got in the Raptors game, I took the Knicks -7. Oh no, I got it -6.5. It's -7 now, but I'll take either. I mean, for what everybody else has been saying, I've been over on the last few days just finding these lines that don't make any sense. This makes no sense to me. The Knicks -6.5 I think it's stealing money. I hope it's not a blowout because I have on Mitchell Robinson double-double as well at +210. I think it's +240 over FanDuel. So those are my officials. My other one was Sacramento, but unfortunately that line got
murdered.
So I took them last night -6.5. Like they cleared that the last 6 of 8 games against San Antonio. And San Antonio, if anybody's been watching those, they're not playing pop basketball. Pop's just letting them run. You should go out there, guys. Pop's like a happy dad right now, just letting the kids play. This is literally what's happening. And against Sacramento, you're gonna go ahead, see what happens when you run. You can get ran to the ground. So I got them at -6.5 last night. Another funky line. We're at the point in the season where a lot of the lines, some of them you can look at and just be like, nah, you're trying to scare me here. Like same with OKC last night. Like we all knew OKC was way better too. And there's no reason that just other than the lore of what's been going on in the past. I think if you look at what's happening now, a lot of these lines will get shifted and should be double digits in the next month or so. And then sorry, the one last play is just the Bucks. I got a bunch tonight. I have the Bucks system, which is LaMelo Ball over his 3.5 threes. I actually did something a bit crazier. You don't have to do this, but I just took his points 25, assists 7, and threes, parlayed them together the same way I did with Tyrese Halliburton not too long ago because the Bucks are just giving it up to all these point guards. So I was like, let's have a little fun with it. That's +175 if you want to do that, but keep it safe. -3.5 over threes, 1.5. He averages 25 and 7 against this team without Malik Beasley and Dame being the primary defenders. So, and every point guard's just been lighting them up. So those are my points for the night, and hope everybody catches today.
Absolutely, Cam. I appreciate you sharing the looks. Hey, Cam, I actually was thinking about. I know that those guys got ruled in for Charlotte not too long ago. They had a couple guys on the injury report with Gordon Hayward and Brandon Miller. But I was looking at LaMelo to go over his 25.5 points. It's on my short list. Didn't quite pull the trigger on it, but against that backcourt, it feels like that should be a good play, right?
Yeah, that's why I took that down. 7 to 3 over the 3.5. But if I were to single bet it, I have no problem going. I think LaMelo probably drops 30 tonight. To be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I think I'm willing to bet if we have Melo gets up about 10 threes tonight.
No, I agree. And we just need him to make 4, so shoot 40%. Maybe even more than that, especially if the Bucks are running. Yeah, no, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Hey, best of luck, Cam. Enjoy the game tonight, man. You always at the game, man. Best of luck tonight. All right. Real quick, I did want to go over just from a motivational standpoint. I try to always look at these motivational spots. So the West Group, the Lakers are West Group A. The Lakers are 2-0. They should move to 3-0 tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers, which is one of the reasons why I shouted out OG Win for having that Laker ticket at plus. I think he said 400. That's crazy. The Jazz are also 2-0. So the Lakers should be 3-0. The Jazz should be 2-1 because they should lose to Phoenix tonight. Phoenix will get their first win. So the Lakers should be motivated in this spot. I also think that there's something behind these top heavy teams. When I say top heavy, I mean contract situations. So the Lakers have 2 guys that are getting all the money. LeBron James, Anthony Davis. And then you got, some sprinkles of D'Angelo Russell and, Rui got a contract. Austin Reeves got a contract. But a lot of those other guys are on these, smaller deals because they just are, 1-year pieces or 2-year pieces, rookies. Those are the guys that's going to be playing extremely hard. So when you can find a team that has a bunch of big contracts, but other players not making as much money, I think those are the teams that you want to play on as far as it comes to the in-season tournament. When I think about the Nuggets is the Nuggets. They always trying to win every single game. They're also 2-0 in the West Group B. The Rockets 1-0. The Pelicans are 1-1. The Mavs don't play tonight, but they're 1-2, so they probably don't care because you only play each team one time for people who don't know. And then the Clippers, of course, they probably don't care either because they're 0-2, but they just need a win in the worst way possible. They becoming the worst story of the NBA season so far, other than Draymond, doing wrestling moves on Rudy Gobert. So then you got West Group C, and you got the Timberwolves. They're also 2-0. They don't play tonight. The Kings 1-0. They should go to 2-0. The Warriors are off. The Thunder got their first tournament win last night. They're 1-2. And then San Antonio, they cooked already. They'll be 0-3 tonight after they lose to the Kings. Pacers 2-0 in their group, but if Atlanta was able to beat Philly tonight, then they would go to 2-0 as well. And so the Pacers the Hawks have something to play for. They're also coming off a loss, which is why I like them. Just kind of like I said, waiting for Embiid to get ruled in, and I will be putting a little something on Atlanta on the money line. The Cavs also 0-1, so we'll find out tonight because they should be 1-1 after beating Detroit tonight. Detroit already 0-2 in the in-season tournament play. The Heat are off. The Bucks are 1-0. They should beat Charlotte tonight. They'll go to 2-0. Charlotte will go to 1-2. The Knicks 0-1, but they should go to 1-1 tonight. The Wizards will go to 0-3, and they'll have nothing to play for when it comes to this group. The Celtics, they are 1-0 in the tournament. They'll go to 2-0 if they beat Toronto tonight. The Nets are 2-1. They played 3 tournament games already. The Raptors, this will be their first tournament game. I think they got an ugly red floor as well. Cam can maybe send us a picture of it. And then you got the Bulls. They're 0-1. And then the Magic are also 0-1. So one of those teams will have a win. The other one will be 0-2. And, that's how I kind of look at these games when I try to cap them. Then I go in and add the in-season tournament stuff as well. So that's what I got for you guys, man. Bryce says a week-long migraine is crazy. I said the same thing earlier. It's absolutely crazy, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that. RJ Barrett got it. Yeah, hopefully he all right, though, man. I really do hope he's all right. That's a crazy migraine, though. Hopefully he's getting some Advil or something. But yeah, those are the looks, man. Let me just check the injury report one more time. Because I want to, like I said, I want to see how much that line moves if Joel Embiid does get ruled in. So let me just see if I can find anything on Joel Embiid. The game starts early, so we should be getting the news pretty quickly or in the next couple minutes. But yeah, we haven't gotten anything. RJ Barrett out, Jose Alvarado out, Alex Caruso in, DeMar DeRozan in. I am on his points. Derrick Rose, that's tomorrow. Marcus Smart out for a couple weeks. He rolled that ankle really bad. Gary Trent Jr. will play. OG Anunoby rolled out. That does not help that Toronto defense against that Boston Celtics offense. I know somebody mentioned Boston first quarter team total. I think that might potentially be a really good look. I think that they come out and score points in this game, especially with the Raptors having being down their best defender. So yeah, top official plays for me, the ones that I actually put money on, they're all at the bottom. First one, Mitchell Robinson over his 11.5 rebounds at plus money on ESPN Bet. I played the Knicks team total over 116.5. The Kings team total over 121.5. Jokic over his 12.5 rebounds. DeMar DeRozan over his 21.5 points. Little sprinkle on 25 as well. Haven't put that in yet, but will. Boston and Toronto under 224.5. Don't tell anybody about the Boston and Toronto because every time I tell somebody I'm taking an under, it does not cash, but this one should absolutely cash. So best of luck today, man. A lot of things, other looks that I'm looking at that I haven't quite got to the window with yet. Like I was saying, Atlanta, I really want to take them on the money line after Embiid gets ruled in. If Embiid gets ruled out and you want to ride, you probably want to jump on Atlanta quick because that line is going to shift to Atlanta pretty quickly. I would like to catch Atlanta plus the points. Also lean to the Clippers in the first half. Think they got to figure it out. And I want to fade the Houston Rockets in the first road game in 9 games. So that as well. And then that's all I got for you guys. Like I said, I really like AD. Blocks. I really like his points tonight, but didn't get there with him. Keegan Murray was also another lean, and LaMelo. Keegan Murray threes, probably at 3.5, just because I don't want to lay the juice at 2.5. It's too much for me at minus 145, I think. And LaMelo Ball should have a big night tonight. But those are my looks. Best of luck if you guys are telling any. Tomorrow we have. Let me just check for tomorrow real quick before we get off of here. Tomorrow we have 6 games tomorrow. 6 games tomorrow. A couple of these teams will be playing again tomorrow. And maybe I'll do a show. Maybe I'm not. But like I said, I always said turn the notifications on so you guys know when I go live. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Hope you guys make a lot of cash. Hope we all make a lot of cash. Money line parlay. I talked about it. Knicks, Lakers. Who was the other team? Knicks, Lakers, Kings. Knicks, Lakers, Kings, money line parlay. I'm going to put that in as well. We'll call that the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show collab. Knicks, Lakers, Kings, money line parlay. Best of luck tonight. Don't go crazy on it. I typically only play them for a unit as well. Best of luck tonight. Get some cash. See you guys maybe tomorrow. We'll see.